No emotions, just money and mission. That's it. You've been told your feelings matter more than your focus, but that's the trap. The truth is, feelings are unreliable. Emotions come and go, but your mission, that's the constant. And money, that's the fuel. Your purpose is not tied to comfort, it's tied to clarity. And clarity begins when you shut down the noise. Feelings tell you to stay in bed. Mission tells you to get up and get moving. Feelings say you're tired. Mission says you've still got work to do. Emotions want comfort. Mission wants results. It's time to stop negotiating with yourself. Stop asking how you feel. Ask what needs to get done. No more waking up and checking your mood. Check your calendar. Check your goals. Check your bank account. Check your progress. Emotions won't pay your rent. Emotions won't build your business. Emotions won't change your life. Money will. Mission will. Discipline will. And when it gets hard, and it will, you don't quit. You remember why you started. You don't slow down. You lock in. You go numb to the distractions, and you go all in on the work. Your mission doesn't care about your bad day. Your mission doesn't care that someone hurt your feelings. Your mission doesn't care about your excuses. The bills don't care. The market doesn't care. The world keeps moving. Either you move with it or get left behind. Either you build or you beg. Either you stack or you starve. This is the reality, and nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, "Hey, we noticed you're special." No, you earn your spot. You prove it. You show up when you don't feel like it. You deliver results when no one's watching. Do you think the top 1% are waking up wondering if they're in the mood? No, they're waking up in motion. They're locked in on numbers, on progress, on outcomes. They're not guided by emotion. They're driven by metrics, mission, momentum. The ones who win are the ones who work. The ones who treat each day like a contract, like a commitment, like a war. You're not soft. You're just unfocused. And it's costing you. The emotional life costs more than it pays. But the mission life, it builds you. It pays dividends. You become someone unstoppable. Money is not evil. Money is neutral. It takes the shape of your intent. You want to help people? Get rich. You want to build something that lasts? Make money. You want to take care of your family, your parents, your future kids? Stack up. Stack high. Stack unapologetically. Money solves problems. Mission gives meaning. You need both. Without money, mission is a fantasy. Without mission, money is empty. You need both. But to get either, you need one thing. Discipline. Not inspiration. Not motivation. Discipline. You wake up. You execute. That's it. Every day. No excuses. You've got to flip the switch. You've got to go cold. Cold to the drama. Cold to the pity. Cold to the I don't feel like it. You think feelings build empires? No. Pressure does. Purpose does. Pain does. Put yourself under pressure and don't complain about it. That pressure is shaping you. That pressure is the process. That pressure is the weight that builds strength. You think you're tired? You're not tired. You're uncommitted. You're not overwhelmed. You're under-disciplined. You're not stuck. You're just soft with your standards. Get sharper. Get colder. Get locked in. No emotions. Just money and mission. This means you keep your head down. This means you cut people off if they slow you down. This means you stop chasing peace and start chasing performance. Peace will come later, after the war is won, after the work is done. Not now, not in this grind. Right now you don't need peace. You need pressure. You need to be uncomfortable. You need to be sweating, sacrificing, suffering for what you want. Because nothing worth having is cheap. Nothing valuable is handed out. It's earned, every single day. in silence, in isolation, in grind mode. You want peace? You want emotions? Fine, but understand this. Those things are luxuries of the disciplined. You earn the right to rest. You earn the right to celebrate. Until then, it's war. And wars aren't won by feelings. They're won by action, focus, repetition, grit. And if you're waiting to feel like it, you're already losing. The winners don't wait. The winners don't whine. The winners work. The winners bleed early so they can cash out later. And while you're sitting around waiting for motivation, they're building something unshakable. What's your number? Seriously, what's your target income? Your target investment? Your freedom number? You can't hit a goal you haven't defined. You can't chase a mission you haven't committed to. So define it, lock into it, write it down, and then go full psycho on it. Wake up and think about it. Go to bed and think about it. Build your day around it. Align your habits with it. Rewire your identity around it. Become the kind of person who gets it done no matter what. Not because it's easy, but because that's just who you are now. Mission mode, money mode. You want people to respect you? Then become undeniable. Stack so high they can't ignore you. Outwork them, outlast them, outdiscipline them. And when it's lonely, because it will be, you keep going. When it's hard, because it will be, you double down. When no one claps, no one supports, no one shows love, you keep building. Why? Because this is about you versus you. You owe it to the future version of yourself. You owe it to the 80-year-old you who's going to look back and either smile or regret. Make sure he smiles. People ask, what if I fail? So what? You fail and then you stand up. You fail and then you learn. You fail and then you go again. What if you win? What if everything you ever wanted is on the other side of this chapter? But you'll never know if you're living in emotion. You'll never find out if you keep retreating. So cut the emotions. Cut the self-pity. Cut the fear. Cut the laziness. It's costing you more than you realize. Time is slipping. Years are passing. Nobody's handing you anything. If you don't build it, you don't get it. It's that simple. You say you want success? Then prove it. Not in your words, in your schedule, in your habits, in your priorities. If you say I want to be rich, but you sleep till 10 a.m. and scroll till noon, you're lying to yourself. If you say I'm on a mission, but you let distractions break your focus every hour, you're not serious. Don't lie to yourself. The truth hurts, but lies kill. So face it, own it, fix it. You can change everything if you stop treating life like a rehearsal. This is it. One shot, one life, one name. Make it count. You keep waiting for a sign. This is the sign. You keep waiting for the right time. This is it. There will never be a perfect moment. Never a perfect plan. Never a perfect environment. So what? Go anyway. Build anyway. Grind anyway. Do it broken. Do it scared. Do it alone. Just do it. Mission first. Money second. Emotions last. That's the order. That's how you win. That's how you build a legacy. Not with vibes. Not with tears. With action. With obsession. With hunger that never sleeps. You have to rewire your brain. Right now, it's wired for comfort, for excuses, for average. But greatness lives in discomfort. Wealth lives in structure. Fulfillment lives in hard truth. You can't grow if you keep running from the pain. You can't level up if you're still emotionally attached to opinions, judgment, or setbacks. You have to decide, today, that this version of you, the one who hesitates, who doubts, who overthinks, dies here. That person doesn't get to go with you to the next level. Next level requires next discipline, next standard, next mindset. Let everyone else talk about balance. You build. Let them chase peace. You chase progress. Let them party. You plan, because they'll laugh now, and they'll watch later. They'll talk now, and they'll ask for help later. But you're not doing this for them. You're not doing this for applause. You're not doing this for validation. You're doing this because you made a deal with yourself, and that deal is sacred. No more breaking your own word. No more lying to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, you finish. Period. That's what killers do. That's what winners do. They don't need a mood to work. They don't need a vibe to focus. They operate in silence, in cold precision, with ruthless consistency. That's the difference. You think discipline is punishment? No, discipline is freedom. It's what gets you out of the hole. It's what builds the foundation. It's the daily deposit in the bank of future success. You can't microwave wealth. You can't shortcut greatness. You have to earn it. And earn it with your hours, your effort, your energy, your refusal to fold. You have to be dangerous with your consistency. And stop asking for permission. Stop waiting to be chosen. Choose yourself. Appoint yourself. Hire yourself. Promote yourself. If no one claps, clap for your damn self. If no one believes in you, double down and believe anyway. You don't need cheerleaders. You need a calculator, a calendar, a contract with your own ambition. Keep your feelings out of it. This is war. And in war there are no feelings. Just objectives. Just missions. Just wins and losses. You're here to win. Act like it. Stop being romantic about potential. It doesn't matter what you could be. What matters is what you do. What matters is what gets finished. People don't respect your potential. They respect your results. Show receipts. Stack wins. Build proof. People say money doesn't matter. Wrong. Money reveals. It shows what you're committed to. It shows what you value. It shows your discipline, your work ethic, your mindset. Want to know someone's priorities? Look at their bank account. Look at their calendar. It never lies. So many people are broke not because they're dumb, but because they're emotional. They chase impulses. They chase quick fixes. They chase dopamine. They get distracted, pulled into drama. They treat every decision like a mood check instead of a mission step. And then they wonder why they're stuck, why they're behind, why they feel lost. Because they're chasing feeling instead of chasing freedom. And freedom requires a price. It's not a motivational quote. It's ours. Sacrifice. Focus. Building when you're tired. Showing up when it's boring. Pushing when it's painful. No more outsourcing your drive. No more I need someone to motivate me. That's weakness. Your reason must be bigger than your resistance. Your mission must be louder than your excuses. You need to sit down with yourself and have that private war. The one where you say, I'm done playing small. I'm done thinking average. I'm done chasing feelings. I'm building an empire now. I'm chasing legacy. I'm chasing domination. I'm chasing financial freedom, mental clarity, physical discipline, spiritual fire. I'm done waiting. I'm not emotional. I'm focused. You don't get the future you want by chance. You get it by choice, by action, by burning the bridge to average and going all in on the uncomfortable road. It's not supposed to be easy. That's why most people don't make it. But you were never built for easy. You were built for impact, built for the grind, built for greatness. That's why you've been restless. That's why you've been haunted by that mission. Because it's in your DNA. It's calling you. But you've been letting emotion talk you out of it. Kill that noise. Emotion is optional. Execution is not. You get rich in silence. You get strong in isolation. You get locked in alone. Everyone will come around when it's working. But before it works, you owe it to yourself to believe, to execute, to suffer if you have to sacrifice what must be sacrificed: comfort, ego, distractions, weak friendships, wasted weekends, because the price of success is real, and if you're not paying that price now, you're paying a different one later. The price of regret, the price of stagnation, the price of knowing you could have been more but chose to be average. People love to say, "I'm doing my best." No, you're doing what's comfortable. There's a difference. Your best doesn't live in comfort. Your best lives in chaos, in discomfort, in structure, in early mornings and late nights, in sweat and silence. Your best shows up when there's no applause, no audience, just you, the mission, and the grind. No more hiding behind effort. Either it got done or it didn't. Either you built it or you didn't. Life doesn't pay you for trying. Life pays you for doing. Finishers get paid. Talkers get left behind. So start finishing. Stop overthinking. Stop analyzing every move like it's chess. It's war. Shoot your shot. Build the thing. Say no to the distractions. Say no to the temporary pleasures. Say no to the noise. You already know what's holding you back. It's not a secret. It's not a mystery. It's that voice that says, "Not today. Maybe later. You're not ready. You are ready. You're just scared." And fear is a liar. Fear is emotional. Mission is mechanical. Mission doesn't care how you feel. It just needs to get done. You can cry in private. You can bleed behind the scenes. But when you step out into this world, you execute. You move. You lead. Because no one's handing you legacy. No one's handing you freedom. You take it. You earn it. You grab it with both hands and refuse to let go. Everyone wants what success feels like. No one wants what success costs. But you're not everyone. You're built for cost. You're built for pressure. You're built for outcomes. People will try to guilt you into quitting. You're obsessed. You work too much. Why are you so focused? Because they're not willing to do what it takes, and your grind makes them uncomfortable. Good. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them watch. You're not here to please people. You're here to execute your mission. You're here to leave a mark. You're here to build something that your kids, your bloodline, your name will be proud of. And don't confuse movement with progress. You can run in circles for years and still be in the same place. Progress is direction. Progress is metrics. Progress is cold-blooded accountability. You either hit the goal or you don't. And if you didn't, you adjust. You don't cry about it. You don't shut down. You adapt. You sharpen. You reload and go again. No emotions. Just strategy. Just systems. Just fire. That's how empires are built. People get emotional when they're unclear. People get distracted when they don't have a target. You need a number. You need a timeline. You need a clear scoreboard. You need a code you live by. Something sacred. Something unbreakable. That's how killers move. That's how winners move. Not by vibes. By vision. Relentless. Ruthless. Clear vision. You don't need 100 goals. You need one mission. You don't need 100 options. You need one obsession. Choose the thing. Commit to it. Kill every excuse. And go. Watch what happens when you stop negotiating with your weakness and start operating from your power. You'll move differently. Talk differently. Think differently. Suddenly you'll start stacking wins. Not because life got easier, but because you got colder. You got clearer. You started living like someone who's already been to rock bottom and ain't going back. Look, there's always going to be a reason to quit. There's always going to be a reason to play it safe. But guess what? That voice isn't going away. You just have to decide that it doesn't get to drive the car anymore. You hear it, but you don't obey it. You see the fear, but you don't slow down. You feel the fatigue, but you don't give in. You keep showing up. Why? Because the mission comes first. Always. Above how you feel. Above how tired you are. above the noise. You have to stop saying someday. Start saying, today, I execute. Because the clock's ticking, and life is short, and people are wasting it on things that don't build anything, on things that won't matter a year from now, on things that drain instead of grow. But you're different. You're done playing soft. You're done chasing comfort. You're locked in now. You need to become immune to the noise, immune to the drama, immune to the opinions of people who aren't even building anything. Let them talk. Let them judge. Let them scroll. You build. You earn. You stack. Because you know what's waiting for you at the end of this path. Freedom. Real freedom. The kind that doesn't depend on anyone. The kind that lets you wake up when you want, go where you want, do what you want, live how you want. But that freedom isn't free. It's bought in blood, in sweat, in silence, in the late nights when no one's watching, and the grind still calls your name. So many people want to be rich, but don't want to be unliked. They want millions, but still crave comfort. They want to break generational curses, but won't break their weekend habits. You can't have it both ways. If you want what most people don't have, you have to do what most people won't do. You have to stop explaining yourself. Stop defending your ambition. You don't know anyone's soft edges. You don't owe anyone small talk. You owe yourself greatness. That's the contract. Forget being relatable. Be undeniable. Forget being liked. Be respected. Build something so solid that the same people who laughed come around asking how you did it. And when they do, smile. Stay humble. But never forget, they weren't there when it was just you and the silence and the mission. People don't understand what it takes. They think it's motivation. It's not. Motivation is a matchstick. Discipline is a furnace. You don't build a skyscraper with emotions. You build it with structure, with blueprints, with work, with patience, with early mornings and late nights and zero excuses. The only way to win is to lock in so tight that your emotions aren't even in the room. They're not welcome. This isn't a therapy session. This is war. You're at war with the version of you that wants to stay small. You want money? Then build systems. Build structure. Build stamina. This isn't about getting lucky. It's about outlasting, out-focusing, out-disciplining. Everyone else will burn out chasing vibes. You stay solid chasing vision. And when it gets hard, good. That's the test. That's the gate. That's the threshold between the average and the elite. Pain is the passport. Most people fold. You don't. You've got a list of excuses. Burn it. You've got people in your life holding you back. Cut them. You've got old habits draining your power. Replace them. You've got goals so big they scare you. Good. That means you're on the right track. If your goals don't make you uncomfortable, they're too small. If your mission doesn't wake you up early and keep you up late, it's not urgent enough. And if your plan doesn't require sacrifice, it's not serious. You think money comes to the calm and balanced? No. It comes to the focused and obsessed. You think success is about finding yourself? No. It's about creating yourself, forging yourself. You become someone new in the fire. You evolve. You become sharp. You become efficient. You become dangerous. The world doesn't respect potential. It respects power. And power comes from results. You don't need another book, another course, another guru. You need to sit down and execute. That's it. Open the laptop, show up to the gym, make the call, build the product, stack the content, study the numbers, track the metrics, cut the comfort, cut the BS. Just do the work, over and over and over. No emotions, just output. The problem is people romanticize the hustle, but don't respect the repetition. Everyone wants to blow up overnight, but no one wants to do the boring stuff daily. But that's the secret. Boring builds empires. Repetition builds dominance. While they chase dopamine, you chase data. While they chase applause, you chase accuracy. You stop wondering, how do I feel? And start asking, what did I build today? If you're waiting to feel ready, stop. Readiness is a lie. No one feels ready. No one feels 100%. But winners act anyway. They step anyway. They fall forward. And when they hit the wall, they punch through. And when they fail, they reload. Because failure isn't final. Quitting is. And you don't quit. Not now. Not this deep in the game. Your future self is watching you right now. The 40-year-old you. The 60-year-old you. They're watching. And they're either clapping or they're furious. Because every choice you make today shapes the rest of your life. Every decision is a vote for who you become. So you better be voting for power, for wealth, for self-respect, for legacy. This life isn't a dress rehearsal. You don't get a redo. You don't get a second chance at these hours, these days, these years. And if you don't waste them, you'll waste them. And if you waste them, you'll pay for it later, in regret, in resentment, in weakness. But if you lock in, you'll smile later. You'll live free later. You'll walk with peace, because you earned it. You know what separates winners from the rest? Not talent, not background, not luck. It's their relationship with pain. It's how they handle boredom. It's how they show up when no one's watching. Most people get emotional when it hurts. They start doubting, overthinking, looking for a way out. But the winners, they get quiet. They lock in. They feel the pain and keep moving anyway. Pain doesn't break them, it sharpens them. That's the mindset you need. Ruthless, unshakable, cold. You're not chasing motivation, you're chasing mastery. And mastery only comes through repetition, through showing up broken, tired, beat up, and getting it done anyway. You train your mind to treat discomfort like fuel. You rewire yourself to move through resistance like it's nothing. Because the mission is bigger than the mood, and the reward is bigger than the risk. Your days are either assets or liabilities. Your habits are either compounding for you or against you. Time is your investor, and it's always watching. The question is, what are you building that's worth its investment? Scrolls don't stack. Complaints don't count. Feelings don't pay. Results do. Execution does. Ownership does. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you a better life. No one's giving you peace, success, wealth, or purpose. That's on you. All of it. The sooner you accept that, the faster you take control. Stop blaming the world. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming people who left, people who doubted, people who didn't believe. Let them go. All of them. Your success has nothing to do with them. Never did. You've got to move like your last name depends on it, like your legacy depends on it, because it does. There's someone out there who's going to look at your life one day and say, because they didn't quit, I didn't quit. That's the ripple. That's the reach. But it only happens if you keep going. Forget passion. You think passion is going to wake you up at 4 a.m. when you're exhausted. You think passion is going to make you get back to work after losing a deal, losing a job, losing your confidence? No. Passion is cute. Obsession is real. Obsession is what gets results. You need to be obsessed with building the life you said you wanted. Not thinking about it, not talking about it, not dreaming about it, building it. Most people stay broke not because they don't have opportunities, but because they don't have focus. They start, stop, start, stop. They ride emotions like waves. They let feelings dictate action. You can't build anything like that. You build by showing up the same way every day. Win or lose, rain or silence, good mood or bad mood. You keep the standard high, even when no one's clapping, especially then. And don't fall into the trap of waiting for the right time. There is no right time. There's only now. Every day you wait is a day you don't get back. Every excuse you feed is a dream you starve. The work won't do itself. The life won't build itself. You either do it now or regret it later. Those are the only options. That's the harsh truth. You want to be great? Then understand this. Greatness is not an event. It's not a viral moment. It's not a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's a lifestyle. It's how you do everything. How you answer your phone. How you show up to the meeting. How you treat your body. How you talk to yourself. It's in the micro. It's in the patterns. It's in the structure. You either live like a winner or you don't. There is no middle ground. The people at the top, they're not special. They're not chosen. They just chose to lock in longer, chose to suffer more, chose to go without while others played. And now they live free while others are still trying to catch up. That's the trade. Are you willing to make it? Can you say no to good things now for great things later? Because money and mission don't tolerate mediocrity. They don't reward excuses. They don't show up for the inconsistent. They're attracted to the obsessed, to the precise, to the ones who have turned pain into process and process into power. That's the standard now, and anything below that is disqualified. So build the system, set the schedule, cut the distractions, make the plan, hit the targets, and repeat until you become undeniable. If you've ever wondered about the real story behind this channel, how I went from struggling and lost to motivating thousands of people every single day, now's your chance to hear it. I've shared my full journey, all the ups and downs, in a special audio and PDF just for you. If you want to get inspired and learn how I turn my life around, check out the link in the pinned comment. Your breakthrough might be just one story away. If you want to take our motivational speeches with you anywhere, they're now on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and all other streaming platforms. Just hit the link in the pinned comment and start listening anytime you need that push. And for everyone who's been asking, yes, you can now rock your favorite motivational quotes and designs. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, tracksuits, coffee cups, and more waiting for you in our merch store. Links in the pinned comment. Go check it out, join the movement, and let's keep growing together.